Hello to my Cancers. All right, Cancers, we are still in the full moon phase, but the moon is in a waning gibbous phase, and the moon is in Libra when this video goes up. These videos are timeless, right? So I try to keep you all up on the phases, because some people really follow the moon phases and tell you what zodiac sign it's in when it goes up, so as you follow the phases and the theme over that particular zodiac sign and what's house, like trying to teach you while you're watching videos as well, just like adding little fun facts in there as well. But all of these videos are timeless. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can go to QueenAmunRa.com. So the moon is in Libra, and when the moon is in Libra, it could affect your kidneys, your urinary bladder, your veins, and your skin, but in a very healthy way, because Libra is the sign of balance, right? It's ruled by Venus, and Venus at the time of filming is retrograde. So Venus is that planet of love, pleasure, art, music, aesthetics. It's everywhere, right? It's in the flowers, it's in the music, it's in arts. That's Venus, right? But it can also it reveal itself. The dark side of Venus can reveal itself in energies who are vain, vengeful, and green with envy. Libra rules 7th house. It's a house of marriage, relationships, partnerships, business, contracts, inner desires, and also enemies. And so as we are still in the full moon phase, and we had a full blood moon, but it's also called a full worm moon in Virgo, Source really wants you to learn how to be more meticulous and paying attention to the energies that's been in your life that have thrown you out of balance. They've been exposed as throwing you out of balance because they're still karmics. They're still holding on to something around marriage, their belief in marriage, their belief in relationships, their belief in partnerships, business contracts, inner desires, their enemies. They're still holding on to something and trying to somehow loop you into something with them, right? So Source has exposed a lot of things to try to help all of us, through. Isn't it wonderful that you're just like learning all these things about numbers and astrology and moon phases and things like that you can just look up online if you want to, right? Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's set the tone for your reading. Don't forget to set an intention every single day. We are creatures of free will. Source gave us free will, right? To set an intention for our own day. Isn't that amazing? That we can just speak out into the day, like what kind of day we want to have. And we're in eclipse season right now, so we just had a lunar eclipse. By the time you watch this, we would have had a lunar eclipse. Or maybe when you watch this, we would have had a lunar eclipse. And a full blood moon. And we're still in the full moon phase. So let's get into it. Set the tone. I am filled with energy. Yeah, because we're still in a full moon phase, right? So yeah, you're filled with energy. So you want to make sure this is some good positive energy. So be at peace with releasing. Eclipse in general. Well, let me start with full moon in general before we lay these cards on the table. Full moon in general makes everybody feel sensitive, right? Let's just, even if it wasn't an eclipse, even if it was an eclipse season, because lunar eclipses are all about letting go, and solar eclipses are all about resetting, right? But even if it was an eclipse season, full moon in general is a sensitive time. Everybody should be indoors, anywhere, at least with someone or around energies you feel like are giving you an opportunity to get your downloads and journaling, just your quiet time, just be respectful of your energy, your emotions, and all of that, right? But eclipse, woo, child, that adds a whole nother layer of and lunar eclipse, childhood and ancestral traumas can come up. So, and I don't even want to talk about those kind of things that could come up, whether they're triggered because somebody else is talking about some stuff and it's reminding you of some things. It could be anything, and I'm not trying to trigger anybody, so So you're filled with energy. So make sure you set your intention that is good energy. Get your sunshine if you need to. Sit in front of the window like a house plant if you need to. But for you as a water sign, don't forget to drink your water. Don't forget to drink your water, Cancers. Don't forget to drink your water. Let's see what's in your cards, Cancers. Let's see what's in your cards. So you are filled with energy. I am, right? So the I am. You can say I'm filled with good energy. I am filled with positive energy. You add the adjective there. I am filled with whatever kind of energy you're filled with. First card out of the deck, Two of Swords. Balancing two forces, difficult decisions, indecision, stalemate. So it's two energies that blindsided you in the past when it came to money. Either blindsided you or someone you love. Blindsided you when it came to money. All for them to have a whole new lease on life. Right? So in somebody's ear, two energies could have been in one person's ear, could have been in a younger person's ear to get something from you, but it affected you financially. And so you have to decide if it's going to ever happen again. Remember, Venus and Mercury are currently retrograde. Mercury is the messenger planet, but it's also the knowledge and learning planet. So you should have gotten the message loud and clear that some energies are very immature when it comes to the energy of money. So don't you be immature. Some people got paid to blindside you. Yeah. Don't let it happen again. You are a highly intuitive zodiac sign. Fool you once, shouldn't have to fool you twice. So a new job or a raise is coming across your path. Remember, time is relative, right? So you may have already had some money come across your path, but you got some money news either coming or it's already come across your path. But before it comes, source is saying to you, your third eye has been opened by two energies or a one energy who had two energies in their ear. But either way, you were blindsided by something that affected you financially, right? So source is saying to you, at this point, it should be a new you. You released, it's like you released blood, right? You released something that caused you to bleed, right? Sword energy would like break your skin, right? Would cause you to bleed, right? So you released some kind of blood. You remember? So when you're talking about like, releasing blood, there's many different ways of releasing blood, right? But somehow blood was released, right? Blood was released, right? Whether blood was released because it was some kind of you were sacrificed in some way, shape, or fashion. Somehow blood was released. So, but for you, something broke your skin. It may not be in the literal sense that your skin was broken, but something blindsided you, caught you off guard, is what I'm saying. In order for people to have this whole new lease on life, right? And somebody got paid to do it. The source is saying to you, here we have the Six of Pentacles here, and so you got money coming back to you. And so that may shock you, that you got money coming back to you after, like I said, that's why you want to keep your third eye is now open. Now, here we have Seven of Wands. I see you being able to defend your decision to move on from something without even coming across as defensive. So, in other words, somebody was paid to do something to you for money. They were paid to do something to you for money. Something has been exposed. They had full working knowledge of something. And you have enough information at this point. When I say King of Pentacles worth of knowledge, you have King of Pentacles worth of knowledge about something to close out a cycle. But they're going to bring you, so before the King of Pentacles came out, you already know that somebody, at this point you already know because you were blindsided by something. And because you all are already hermits, you now know something that's about to be confirmed. Somebody's going to confirm what they did to you for money. Somebody's about to confirm what they did to you for money. So some energies was in somebody's ear to do something to you for money. And remember, now that your energy has called in money. Remember, you are money. So when I talk about, a lot of times when people see videos and they hear, oh, you're about to get some money, you're about to get money, and people go, oh, bah humbug, I'm not going to get any money. I'm sick of these tarot card readers talking about we about to get some money. Let me help y'all understand. I'm not putting that kind of energy. I'm telling you that you are money. When you know your worth and you know your value, you're not going to settle for less, but you're not out here advertising stuff either, right? Because people are going, I'm not saying don't go out and buy nice things. Some people have waited their whole lives. You don't know what chapter of life people are in. So if you see somebody with a nice car, nice house, a nice this, don't hate. You don't know what they had to literally go through. They could have just finished putting it, working their fingers to the bone, putting people through school, whatever they had to sacrifice just to get to where they are right now. They legitimately. But so source is saying to you, it just doesn't help. It doesn't help anybody to hate on people. But source is saying to you, your third eye is now open as to how somebody got a whole new lease on life. They accepted some money to do something to you, to blindside you in some way, shape, or fashion, right? So you've already decided to go ahead to close out a cycle in love, right? Without even coming across as defensive. You persevered. You're maintaining control after they're going to bring you a lot of information. You're maintaining some kind of control after what they share with you, because they come in with full information. You got to remember the number 7, the top of the number 7. It's like source is bringing you, it's a number for completion. So something is complete, right? Something is complete, right? So here we have the Page of Wands here. Yeah, something is complete. And here we have the Page of Wands here. And you're closing out a cycle with, so we got Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands. Page energy is messenger energy. You got the message. These two energies wanted to send a message through a younger person. They wanted to make sure it was loud and clear, that you got a message loud and clear through a young person, or through 2 young people, who knows? Through younger than you. It could have been 1 or 2 young people, whoever. It could have been a group of young people, who knows? But source is saying to you that these energies got paid to do something, and somebody's bringing you some evidence of that back. And people were being shady about it. So they could have spread a bunch of rumors being shady or whatever, but somebody's coming back with some information that something is now closed out. But here's your High Priestess. You're a light High Priestess. You already know what was being said because you're a water sign, and something travels through people's emotions. Not only do things travel through the air, but things travel through emotions. Remember, High Priestess energy is secrets, mystery, intuition, trust yourself, inner voice, the unconscious, right? So something travels through. Remember, you all are a highly intuitive zodiac sign anyway. So things travel. And you all don't mind being in hermit mode. So information travels to you all because you all like being by water. And I'm talking to you wherever Cancer's in your birth chart, wherever you are connected with Cancer, wherever you're connected. If you are very much in tune with your divine feminine side of yourself, I'm talking to men and women. So what does Cancer need to know about their current path? And I'm also speaking in the spirit of Venus and Mercury, because they're both currently retrograde at the time of filming. Mercury is the messenger planet, but it's also the knowledge and learning planet. The knowledge and learning piece that you've learned in while Mercury is retrograde is that you are starting to become more comfortable in your light high priestess, and you want to be connected to other light high priestesses that have gone through dark times, but they weren't afraid to become enlightened about their gifts. They're not embarrassed or ashamed about their gifts, so they've had to do the shadow work to step into the light. They too have been blindsided by people who just wanted money, from them, so that they can just have this whole new lease on life. They've had to learn how to move differently when it comes to money. When people assume they got all this money and they don't really have money, they could be just on their way. They could be like, page energy is like youthful energy, so it's like coming into some new money, and how people will be paid to do stuff to people just for money, and you have to finally just say, okay, you're going to close out some stuff, because if you don't learn the lesson the first time, it's going to keep happening, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. It's like, okay, how many lessons do you need before you realize this energy just feels like, okay, they can keep taking from you. But something is closed out. You have a wealth of knowledge at this point about who these two energies are. So somebody got some decisions to make. Somebody's going to be bringing something to you. Here we had a 10 of Swords here. Yeah. So, yeah. Somebody feels awful. Somebody feels like a complete failure behind closed doors after being blindsided by two people and doing something to you. They feel awful, and they have been feeling awful. And that's the message that they're going to give to you. This is the Page of Wands. The Page energy is messenger energy. Again, we're speaking to Mercury, because again, planets go retrograde, they don't slow down, and they don't move at a slower pace. So you're going to have to slow yourself down, but they're almost being forced to slow down, because things are coming back to them, like in the spirit senses. It's like, okay, they watch tarot too. A lot of people watch tarot. That's why it's so popular now. A lot of people are just sitting at home watching tarot, right? Listening to other spiritual messages. Remember, we're in the year 9, right? So 9, Sagittarius rules 9th house, and 9 is about higher education, philosophy, law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs. So people are expanding their spiritual beliefs. Everybody is not just so rigid when it comes to spiritual beliefs. People are watching tarot. People are watching, learning about different spiritual beliefs, like learning like how to connect the dots, and gemstones and crystals and so on and so forth. People are not so rigid anymore. It's like, oh, okay, I can connect those dots, and oh, that's what my grandparents were talking about it. Oh, that's what my aunt was talking about it. Okay, they were saying, okay, they had a dream about fish, or they had a dream about this number. That's what psychic gifts are. Okay, now it's starting to, so people are starting to connect dots. So it's just saying you're becoming a little bit more comfortable with your light high priestess gifts, and knowing the difference between light high priestess and dark high priestess gifts, right? It's really about a matter of doing the shadow work, right? So yeah, here's the Hermit card. So all of this is going to come to you. Like I said, all of this is going to come to you while you're in Hermit mode. All of this is going to come to you while you are in Hermit mode, right? 7 of Cups. Somebody's going to tell you that they were in a very poisonous environment. They felt awful for what they did to you. The devil is in the details, but the information is going to come to you. They're going to come right to you and tell you everything, right? It's just really just confession time for them. They want to come to you. They want to tell you what they did. They were drinking. They were under some kind of influence. Something happened. People were in their ear. They felt overwhelmed. They felt blindsided. They blindsided you, but they felt horrible in what they did. So they're starting to confess, because again, you feeling like new money. It's almost like sources saying, okay, it's almost like a chain reaction, if this makes any sense to somebody. It was already predestined. You all are the mother and money sign, Cancer. It was already predestined for you all to be King of Pentacles. It was already predestined for you all to be wealthy. Okay, that's first and foremost. But you got to first know your wealth, right? So Source had to first separate, I like to call the wheat and tare. Like, for Source had to first separate and help you to see who was on your frequency, like who would genuinely be happy for you, who would be happy for your new financial status? Like, who would really be happy? Like, Source had to separate. Like, there's some people you felt like, oh, I could bring some people along. Oh, I can tell this one about this new money because, oh, they're going to be happy for me. Until you realize, I just had a little bit. And Source says, okay, I'm going to make sure you're a good steward over this little bit. But I need to get that out of your system. Because the more and more you struggle with this, the longer it's going to take you for me to just really release the next whatever. You got money coming across your path, right? So somebody thought because you got money coming, you or your loved one, if you married, or I'm just gonna say partner, because that could be you married or significant other, whatever. Source had to expose people with just a little bit you had. So the little bit that you had, some of y'all people laughed at, oh, they don't really have much. Oh, we thought they had it like that. We thought such and such and such and such, right? But remember, it's about your self-worth, right? So I don't know what you watching this video, how much you have, if you have a lot or whatever. But Source is like, it's really about your self-worth. That's what the King of Pentacles is really about, your self-worth, right? And Source had to say, okay, if you made the mistake before and you were blindsided, don't make that mistake again. So some energies had to blindside you, cut your skin, maybe not literally cut your skin. Y'all know what I'm saying. Like, do something to cut you deep, like blindside you, like catch you off guard. And you just like, oh my God. And they felt horrible behind closed door. You found your star, right? You found your star. So there's renewal, there's hope, there's clarity, there's faith, there's rejuvenation here, meaning that you found your North Node. And so Source had to wake you up to find your North Node and be comfortable and find your life calling and align you with other people who have found their life calling as well. And so this is a chain reaction. They found their life calling by them blindsiding you. That's how they found their life calling. That's how they found their life calling. Here's the Magician card. Yep. So, you're staying focused. You're very creative. You're turning visions into reality. You have a lot of willpower and desire. This connects us with Mercury. So, you're the one that's initiating. You're initiating the conversation to somebody, basically letting them know that you know certain things, that you are aware of certain things. I don't know how the rest of the conversation is going to go, but here's the Seven of Pentacles here. So you're letting them know that you know that they were paid money for this whole new lease on life. And some of them, in some cases, actually do have a whole new lease, like a new apartment, a new job. Like, in order for them to have a new lease on life, like, it's like literally people were paid to stop your money. Some of these people were paid to relocate. Literally, people were being paid to relocate. They thought you had come into some big money, and they were definitely, paying to take you up out of here. Somebody thought you had come into a lot, like you hit the lottery or something. And so Source is saying to you, but when they realize you didn't hit the lottery, and they realize, okay, this person don't really have it like that. Surprise, surprise. That you literally operating in just purpose, and that you really are a hermit. Source is saying to you, I mean, that just lets you know how people will do anything. When I say anything for money, anything. And that's what Source is trying to tell you. Like, when I'm talking to you all and I talk about how much of a sweetheart you all are in this next phase of your life, Source is like, for those of you all who have money, don't have money, whatever your situation is, know your worth and know your value, because people who don't know their worth and they are easy targets for people to use them to attack you. That's what Source is trying to help somebody to see. And you don't know who can be used. You don't know who can be used. You don't know who is being used. So that is why when you're talking to people, because again, here you are closing out a cycle, and here you are closing out a cycle here. Up here you are closing out a cycle. So again, you are filled with energy. You're filled with energy, but you're closing out a cycle. Yep. Yeah, you were definitely blindsided by some energies, but some energies, I mean, they did the absolute most for money. But one energy that's coming to you, like I said, they were blindsided by two energies, and they got paid. Somebody got paid to have this whole new lease on life, but you weren't supposed to survive something. And somebody's coming with a lot of information. A lot of information about this dark magician. The Seven of Pentacles twice. So yeah, you're closing out. The Seven of Pentacles. So you and somebody are getting some money. Either you and somebody are relocating. Because it's like, because it was two plants. It was two plants around you. So Seven of Pentacles looks like plants, like seeds, and the seed, it runs deep, right? So you had two plants. So you could have had two neighbors who were plants, who were watching every little thing that you were doing, getting a lot of information about you and your financial situation or whatever. So that means if you or somebody bought a car, a house, anything, they were planted there. They were intentionally planted there. So Source could be relocating you and somebody because of that. But something is closed out. Something is closed out. Yep. Yep. You saved yourself. A lot of you all saved yourself because something was done behind closed doors, because of what you do behind closed doors. These energies were paid to see what you do behind closed doors, how you make your money. And this is really unfortunate because somebody lied. Somebody absolutely told a big, fat, juicy lie about how you make your money behind closed doors. So keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations high because whoever this energy is, they had to literally get them, intoxicated. For somebody, they had to get somebody intoxicated, or they was on medication, or if y'all caught anybody on camera that looked like they was stumbling around your neighborhood, or whatever the case may be, if you live in an apartment building or in a condo or whatever, like they was just like bumping up against the walls. And I'm not even exaggerating when I'm saying this, because a lot of y'all have a lot of information with videos and stuff. A lot of y'all have videos of people looking disheveled and bumping up against walls because they just try to get anybody to just figure who is coming in and out of you and your husband's or wife's house or partner's home, or who you giving rides to, like trying to get as much information as possible. But somebody lied to somebody, and then we have the Ten of Swords here. But some people felt horrible. So here we have the Six of Cups. So it looks like it was someone's, it's somebody's family, two family members. It could have been it's two family members. It's either your family or your partner's family. When I say partner, y'all know what I'm saying by now. It's either your or your partner's family member. People were paid to record you and somebody. Like every time y'all come in and out of your house, these energies they were paid to record who comes in and out of your house. Here we had a Queen of Cups here. I see, looking at your cards here, that's what Source is saying. Just make sure you continue pouring into yourselves because you don't want to be spiritually dehydrated. You're a water sign and you don't want to be depleted. Like, and just making sure how you watch your time. Time is money. Source is saying, you want to make sure you invest in yourself. Like, this is where we talk about money. Invest in yourself, meaning invest in pouring into you. Investing and pouring into you, because again, I feel like somebody feels like they had this whole new lease on life. You were getting money and people were concerned about how you got money, where you got money, what's going on. and two energies were blindsided by something. Yeah, here we had the Three of Cups here, and people were just talking. What people were talking about. So when we see a lot of cups, when we see a lot of water here, water connects us with the sacral chakra. So people could have been talking about you make money sexually, or you or somebody was making money sexually, or like somebody was mentally ill, or like talking about your mental health, or talking about what in the world. In other words, the dark side of the Magician card is creating a confusion or a disorganized mind. It's like somebody was creating a bunch of confusion. These two energies were paid to create a bunch of confusion. Here we have the Eight of Cups here. These are two karmics. Somebody succumbed to passive and powerless behavior. Somebody was egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. These energies decided they want to, okay. Somebody saw you as competition. People believed the lies that they were saying. Like I said before, Libra rules 7th house, right? 7th house is all about marriage, relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires, and enemies, right? So these energies saw you as enemies. They saw you and somebody as enemies. And so therefore, they just wanted to go all the way in. And so you and somebody are receiving some money. And money could mean that you all are relocating, or like physical money to relocate, to move on away from something. So, yeah. Source is saying, don't be a fool. Don't make bad risk or foolishness. Don't spend something on fool. Don't be a fool. This is right here, the Joker in reverse. This is the Joker in reverse. It's that plain, black and white. Don't be a fool. Okay, don't be a fool when it comes to your money and when it comes to your emotions. Meaning, don't let your ego get all in the way. What happened? What had happened? Not to say that y'all would do that, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, but you hear what I'm saying in your cards. It's like people. These are, like I said, people who somebody's whoever hating on somebody. So. Okay, this card came out, spiritual work. So somebody's a light worker. Somebody's a light worker. You know what's cool about whoever you are, your light worker, somebody's light high priestess. What's cool about it is like there's stores that sells like coloring books, like this right here. See this right here? Let's Color Tarot. Like they didn't have this in this like meditative art therapy book. See this right here? Meditative art therapy book for some people. People have been using coloring books for a long time, and in these books it tells you what the minor arcana is, and of course people are coloring, but people have used like putting puzzles together and coloring and stuff like that in these books right here. Is this meditative art? Whoever came up with this idea, this is great. So yeah, so reading tarot, this is what it says in the beginning of the book. It says reading the tarot has long been a mindful exercise. These magical cards aid in self-reflection and offer insight into one's fundamental fears and deepest desires. Within these pages, you'll find artistic representations of the 22 major arcana cards found within a standard pack of tarot. Some of the minor arcana cards and tarot-inspired imagery set beside their mystical meanings to facilitate your meditative coloring journey. And so close your eyes and think of a question. Open the book to discover what lies hidden within the mystery tarot for you today. So whether you're an adult or whether you're a kid that's coloring books, you're gaining a lot of knowledge, right? You're saying it's a meditative art therapy, but of course, obviously, those of you all who read cards or who are into watching tarot or whatever the case may be knows that there's other meanings. There's a lot of hidden messages within tarot, numbers and colors, and even whoever's coloring, they may not even understand the colors that they use. There's also vibration in that as well. So whoever's working with them in this meditative, they may be teaching them that as well. So that's what I'm saying. Looking at your cards here with all of this, and people got cameras pointed at every little thing that you're doing and recording everything that you're doing, and all of this being paid for this and You're a light worker, but you had to go through some dark times in order to come into your own light, as everyone had to. But you definitely had some energies who saw you as competition. Something is closed out, and people are, like I said before, we're still being shady, still being shady. Oh, there's no way they're a light worker. They're still seeing you as competition, still spiritually immature, but that's not your problem. That's just really, really not your problem. They're battling the enemy within. That's really all it is. They're battling whatever the enemy is within. So you don't be foolish. You don't make a foolish decision. Here we have love life. Free from problems and money troubles, enjoy the passion of love. So somebody is a light worker. I see you're gonna be free from, free from whatever it is, your problems with money and all that. So, yeah. And then we have star power. So step into the spotlight. So becoming an influencer in company and earn fame and popularity for some of you all. And then gambling. Don't risk too much. Excessive gambling can have dangerous consequences. And then money tree. Enjoy your wealth, coming across your path. And then foresight. Somebody definitely has the gifts of foresight, right? And so authority. Be self-confident. And that's what Source really wants you all to do. I always say, what the enemy meant for evil. We know that's Genesis 50:20. The Source turns it around for somebody's good. And unfortunately, when you're dealing with energies who you thought were friends, and they turn out to be enemies, it can be shocking. It literally can be shocking. And these could be some people that you considered as family, because Pentacles connects us with the root chakra. Root chakra is is between the ages of 0 through 7, and then you got sacral chakra, which is developed between the ages of 8 years old and 14. So these could be people that you considered as literally, whether they blood relatives. We just had a blood moon, right? That you have to cut off. You have to cut these energies off. These could be people that saw you as enemy. They really believe that you are an enemy of theirs, but it's really the enemy within. So it's like, don't be a fool and keep on asking why, and I don't understand. Pull out your sword. Pull out your sword. You found your star. You found your star. You found your light. So, yep, no debate. No debate. You don't need to do anything to be more worthy. You are valuable regardless of your circumstances. You always had. You have always been, always will be. It's not up for debate, right? So don't hide. Dare to dream big. Remind yourself that everything is possible. Don't hide your talents and abilities, but use them to build your world. And then don't give up. It's okay that things don't always feel easy and effortless. Some of the best moments in life during and after hard times. Just keep believing. And so inner strength. So don't lose yourself in things you can't change. Focus on the things that you can change, like your attitude, mindset, and energy. You've got everything you need. And so you're one of a kind. From the moment you emerged into the world, you've had extraordinary talents. You understand starlight, animal voices, and all things magical, and then receiving it all. You deserve to receive abundance at full capacity. Believe in your worth and trust that the universe is ready to deliver all that you desire. Open up. Yeah. Whenever you see that other people, remember one time, and I've heard this kind of a bit, quite a few times. I heard quite a few spiritual leaders say, people are next in line for a blessing. If you sitting, people, if your friend, or I could be paraphrasing, but I think y'all will catch the essence of what I'm saying. It's like somebody gets blessed, and somebody that's next to them, they about to get blessed, or they next in line for a blessing or whatever. That is true. I don't understand why people don't get that part. Okay, well, if your friend, something good is happening for your friend, and you know your friend, it could literally mean if your friend gets a raise at work and you're a business owner and your friend has been supporting your business, your friend is getting ready to now load up on what kind of business you got. Because they want to support you. If they by y'all definition friends, they're gonna load up and really support you. Or if you say to somebody you consider as a friend by your adult definition of friend, hey, if they're new to entrepreneurship for whatever, and they're your friend. They don't see you as competition. They operating in their purpose. Somebody who's operating in their purpose would never see you as competition. They not gatekeeping anything. because it actually benefits them that you're operating in your gift, that you're answering the call on your life. It actually benefits the whole world, actually. So it's just saying that energy is they're grateful to you that you are not gatekeeping any information. They know, that you're communicating with them, whatever. You're, like I said, you're balanced out. So it's just saying to you, you're filled with energy. Don't make the foolish mistake of going back once energies now start to, confess to you, hey, they felt blindsided, they heard this, that, and the other. But because you're a light high priestess and you probably gone from the rooter to the tutor of rumors about you, certain energies weren't even able to discern the truth. That's that's baffling, because again, people, they couldn't discern the clarity to even come to you to even say, Cancer, hey, is this true? These are energies that spent a whole lot of time around you. They didn't even come to you and ask you if something was true. That is why you're pulling out the sword. That's why you're pulling out the sword. It's different if it's a stranger who don't really know you. You're hearing a bunch of rumors. These are people who know you. Like they sat down, had they've been around you seemingly your whole life been around you. So yeah. So here we have protection. Here we have 35. Yeah, you all are protected. 35, 3 and 5 is 8, but these are karmics. You're protected. That's the number 8. These are energies. They were blinded by money, because 8 is the money exchange number. 8 is the money exchange, but the dark side of 8 is people who succumb to passive and powerless behavior, and people who are egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. That's what it really boils down to. They were blinded by money. Somebody dangled some money in front of them and said, hey, look, turn the other way. They said, okay. So you're saying okay to Source. Source says, I'm going to show you something, and just, okay, we're moving on. These energies are also on a team to set somebody else. They set somebody up too. Here we have 5. This is 6. Yeah, they did something. They did something behind closed doors to set somebody up. And this is another reason emotionally why you're getting off the fence of your emotions and you are taking actions, because now you are enlightened for what they did. They did something to somebody who had already been through enough. So you're saying, yeah, no. And so somebody is just gonna come back. Oh, it was just a joke. We were just joking. We were just, it was just a joke. No, it wasn't a joke to you. So Source is saying, focus. It wasn't a joke to you. These two energies are gonna say, well, it was just all for a joke. Like, ha ha, ha ha ha. No, it wasn't a joke. Somebody could have literally lost their life. This is a 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is like that could have literally driven somebody. Here we have complete and painful ending, rock bottom, failure, collapse. When you see this amount of water out here, this also speaks to your emotional state, right? People being paid to do something to play with somebody's emotional state, right? But like I said, what the enemy meant for evil, Source turned it around for your good. Like Source turns around for other people's good as well. When people play with people's emotional state, these people were doing it for money. So this means that there could have been, like for you, Cancer, maybe you don't have any emotional issues. Maybe you never, well, everybody has. You lose a loved one, I mean, you've been sad before, or a cycle of a job has ended, you may have been sad before, friendship ended. That's everybody. That's normal, right? But this gives me life insurance policy. That's for real. That's what this gives me. This gives me, for somebody, it gives me life insurance policy. It gives me, this person could get so depressed behind closed doors they could end up doing something horrible to themselves. Or this could give me, we're going to spread so many horrible rumors and lies on this person that something going to happen to them. This could put somebody's life in danger, right? So that's what Source is trying to tell you, is like, here we have page 1. The people still being shady. Still being shady. After all of something closed out, people are still being shady. That's why Source is saying, don't be a fool, because these two energies who were plants to pay attention to who's coming in and out of somebody's house. When people lied about your mental health or your sexual energy or who you had coming in and out of your house and all this other craziness going on, you know, it was bad because somebody had to also bring some protection in for you. That's how bad something was, and that's what somebody don't understand. Somebody had to bring some protection in for you because of these karmics. Yeah. Yeah, these were two bullies. These were two bullies. This is an Aries, and this is an Aries, and this is a Taurus. Somebody did something to a Taurus and a Capricorn. Yep, a Taurus and a Capricorn. So that message that came through a Taurus and a Capricorn. So it's just like, don't be a fool. Do not be a fool, because somebody wanted to get a message through to you all loud and clear. Loud and clear. I don't know who these energies are or whatever the case may be, but some people were paid to do something, and all these energies, it goes really deep when I look at your cards here. Yeah, so that's what I have. That's what I have for you. Yeah, that's what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful, or whatever you needed it to be, Cancer. But like I said before, it looks like Source turned somebody's some kind of a painful experience into purpose. Like if a job ended or something like that, or a friendship ended, because that's what this whole full moon was really about. It's just like releasing something that was traumatic possibly for you. That's what this full moon was about. Maybe releasing something so it can bring you back into balance, right? So Libra, the moon in Libra, is a waning gibbous moon. It affects your kidneys, your bladder, your veins, and your skin. And so you all know by now the function of the kidneys. So if you don't, go and look it up online. That'd be some great homework for somebody to do. But something had to balance you out with light high priestess energy. Something had to balance you out. Instead of you looking for other people to balance you out, something else had to balance you out so that you can find your north node. You can find the answer to call on your life. That's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.